Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to if you are brand new. If you are wondering what I'm about, all things farming, kind of implies the name, Farmer Zach. I am Farmer Zach. But yeah, today we're going to be doing a garden tour. Since the last garden tour, a lot has grown. And I will be doing, starting in July, this is June's, I will be doing 2 garden tours a month, just because I feel like we have enough of everything, and it's just changing, and then there's going to be harvest stuff and a lot of things you guys don't need to know, but I just wanted to put that in here, that there will be 2 next month. You will not miss it. I'll have it labeled part 1 and part 2, and it'll be in the playlist for this year. Also, I am making zucchini bread right now, and it smells so good inside. I have 13 minutes, so I'll have to pause this and go inside and take it out of the oven, but we can start. So yeah, let's get this underway. So, well, beforehand, I want to say I do use a variety of growing methods. I use raised beds, I use pots, I use buckets, I use kiddie pools, and I think that's it. And then I have space over there, but it's more raised bed style than in ground. Next year it will be in ground. Just trying to kill all the grass there this year. Through natural practices also, I want to start that with this. I grow all organically. I do not spray anything. I don't use any fertilizers. I don't use any pesticides, anything like that. Just my own personal preferences and my personal beliefs. The earth should be able to grow how it needs to grow, but that's a whole different story. So I will say that, and what I do with pests, I will be having a video coming out on that at some point. What I do with pests is, if I have something that has pest pressure, I will wait a little bit, or I will try to handle it, and then if it just keeps growing, then I will tear that plant out and it'll go to the chickens or whatever. But I try to let the natural predators make their way into the garden and fight what it can. So now let's officially get into this. As you can see behind me, there is a sunflower. I guess we'll start with the sunflower. I'm pretty sure this is a mammoth Russian. I'm gonna have to stand on top of my bed to get a picture of this. I'm gonna be able to get a quick little video. Oh, this is so cute. But that is a mammoth Russian sunflower. They are every bit taller than I am now, and that's okay. I like the height that sunflowers bring, and I have a few sunflowers everywhere, but I want more. Which that's a whole different, yeah, that needs to be planted and stuff like that. So, but I guess, I don't know how I want to do this. Give me a second. This is probably my favorite view right now in the garden. Everything's growing really nicely. As you can see, the sunflowers on the 4 corners. You can't see the other corner. And then this one over there. There's 2 over there, actually. But yeah, let's get into a little bit deeper dive and not just from the outside. So these are pumpkins that a family friend of ours gave me. They're from Alice, so thank you, Alice. They still look fine. Not putting on a lot of growth. I probably will add some different soil on top of this, but yeah, ultimately they're still doing really fine, and I really enjoy having the pumpkins, so thank you again, Alice. I don't remember what kind of sunflowers these are. We'll see when they bloom, I guess. But I know for a fact that the one that I showed first is a mammoth Russian, and then this one over here is a mammoth Russian. This one might be a Pike's Peak, but I don't think so. I don't think any of those actually came up. Same with this. I don't remember which variety this sunflower is, but again, looking very good. This one had to be staked it fell over when we had really bad wind, and then we haven't had any rain forever now. So yeah. Also, this is the first year, well, let me go to the other side. This is the first year that I have not had squash bugs completely decimate my garden. Now, I don't know what what caused that at all, because I've done nothing differently. I had nasturtiums last year, and the nasturtiums are still here. Now, one thing that I did do last year when the squash bugs got bad enough, I know a lot of people do this, and I don't think that would have caused it like this. Once the squash bugs got bad enough, or once the squash bugs were really bad, I just tore out everything that had them on it, and they all went straight to the chickens. So I don't know if I stopped a cycle. I don't know. I'm gonna relish in the little bit that I have, and yeah. So hopefully we'll be getting a lot of squash off of those. We've already gotten a few, and I can already tell that there are more here and more on the way. Let me show you guys. This plant is really healthy, and that makes me incredibly happy. I will have this in a different video, but I want to just point out male and female flowers. That one right in the center of the screen above the squash is a female flower. The females automatically, and this one there, the females have the squash on it already. Now, male flowers, as you can see, this flower right up front is just on a long stem, and the female flowers were closed. Let me adjust here. This one has that. So you can identify those, and I point that out because if you're having a problem with your squash plants not producing what they need, not producing squash or zucchini, it is more than likely because the male or female flowers have not come in yet. They can produce one or the other at a time in the beginning, and then usually after that they stable out and are like, okay, so we'll do both. And these guys, I thought I was gonna have to hand pollinate a few because I did have these and tromboncino squash. They weren't pollinating, so I thought I was going to have to. I haven't seen as many bees this year, and it's not, I mean, it's concerning, but we'll wait. I have a bunch of flowers, so we'll just hold off. It's been hot. Well, we have bees, but not, I mean, I don't have bees, but like there's some in the neighborhood, and we have them with the clovers and everything, and I'm sure they're coming over here, but I just haven't seen them down here yet. But yeah, we have to get into this tour. Sorry. So the squash, obviously looking fantastic. I pulled 3 off of it yesterday. And yeah, sorry, the leaf. And then as we move up here, nasturtiums, and there are going to be some seeds soon. Let's see if I can find, I don't know why it's flopping over like this. It's just, yep. I think those are some seeds. The seeds are not in the flowers, so it's very interesting how nasturtiums are. Moving over here, that is a cucamelon or a Mexican sour gherkin. Those are doing really well. Not this. This is the weed. Those are doing really well. I have a different one off to the right side of the screen now, and I'm going to show you guys that in just a moment. Another squash that's on the smaller side. I had problems with birds early in the season, but yeah, still no squash bugs. Everything's looking fantastic. This Mexican sour gherkin has completely taken over. Well, trying to. Still on its way, but it started out small like that, and it was like that for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I was really scared. It's like, oh gosh, they're dead. But they do take a while to actually start vining, and then once they do, they take off. I swear it grows at least a few inches a few times a day. Like in the morning and at night, I can come out here and I can see a noticeable difference from just the night before or the morning before, whatever. There's always a change. And you guys will be seeing this in garden tours coming up. I mean, it's going to be over 2 weeks period, but you're going to be able to see so much. Moving down here to these sunflowers. These are Pro Cut White Light sunflowers. At least these two are. I'm not sure what this is, which sunflower this is. It might be another Pro Cut White Light, but I'm not sure on that just yet. But yeah, here's another look at the cucamelons. And they're looking so little. They are so little. Oh, I won't. It's not going to focus. Oh, there you go. They're so little. I just love them. And I had 4, but only the 3 are here. The other one never came up. Actually, these 2 never came up. That's the only one that came up from the original planting. Then I planted again, and only this one came up. And I planted again, and only that one came up. So we're going to leave it. The 3 plants should be enough. I think I had 3 or 4 last year, and they easily covered this whole thing, and I had cucamelons until the very end of the season. Moving over to this kiddie pool, and I do keep it watered. We are in the 90s every single day, so yeah, it's hot. But we have some Bush Champion cucumbers that are doing really well. Another plant, and then this one. The cucumbers are starting on this as well. I think putting out a lot of different flowers. I really can't tell with these. I think a lot of them are female, but I do see a few males. Like this one's a female, and then that one back there is a male. But yeah, it's growing very nicely with a ton of cucumbers, as you can see, because I just pulled it up. I need to get down here and pull out all of these, but that can be a task for another day. I actually need to go inside and take out this bread, but I will be right back. I forgot to show you the other side of the arch trellis. So we have a zucchini. Over here we have another zucchini, which is going to start putting out zucchinis very soon. See some flowers. Everything's very tight in here. Zinnia, again, the cucumber, not the cucumbers, the sunflowers that I'm not sure the variety. The nasturtium, which is putting out a ton of blooms. And I want to see if I can see any better seed pods on this one. Here's another one. Yeah, just some little flangs. Oh. Sorry, I'll try to stay still. Pretty sure that's a bee. Little baby bee. Little baby bee. Yeah, the nasturtiums are doing... Whoa. Nasturtiums are doing good. And then we have the half arch of pole beans, which they have barely started producing anything. Tons of flowers, as you can see, and then just a bunch of little beans like that. So yeah, very shortly, very shortly, we'll be having some wonderful beans. And I don't know what variety these 2 sunflowers are either. I forget. They're probably both Mammoth Russian, though, if I had to guess. But they are different leaf types in the other one, so it might be something else. But I will keep you guys updated on those. This is a small kiddie pool full of zinnias, and let me just tell you, I've already cut so many from this, and there are already so many more blooms coming. That's one of the things that I love about zinnias. As you can see, let me see if I can find a better example. Okay, this is actually a good one right here. Okay, so you can see the main stalk right here. This is the original flower. I haven't cut anything from this. From this point down here, it has now sent out 2 extra points of growth. So I can cut this because it's ready. Could if I wanted to. I'm not going to. I'm going to save seeds from this guy, which they're not guaranteed to be pure, but that's okay. And then these stems would be left. So 2 main stems, and then it would start sending out more flowers, more growth points, just like these, from here. So it would just continue multiplying and multiplying, and then even down here there are more. So the more you cut, the bushier and the more flowers that they will put on. But let's take a minute to look at some of these beautiful, beautiful blooms. I like how this is like multiple different colors. Like this is more of a red, and then it goes into like a purplish red, and then it's more into like the orange with a purple and down the center, and it's like the yellow at the bottom. Really like that. Another pink. Candy cane. One of my favorites this year has been what this one plant has put out. They're more of a lighter. Let me see if I can. Trying to mess with the lighting and see if I can get one that's close. It's not that. Video does not do it justice. I'll post some pictures on my Instagram that'll do some more justice. Some pink down there. A bunch of blooms getting ready to come from these guys that I pruned the other day for cut flowers. Another one, which these petals have been there for a long time, and then I guess these were pollinated, so now they're sending out their own, which is very nice. This is basically how it looks on camera. It's not really a white, it's more of a really pale purple. Some of these guys are almost ready to go, but that's okay. You cut some flowers and makes room for brand new ones. I love that zinnias are something that you can continually cut and they come back, and usually you get the same type of flowers each time you cut them, and yeah. So I'll sacrifice a few blooms for even more blooms. But you really have to think about that because there is a deeper meaning there. But we won't go into that. This is just a garden tour. So let's continue on our little path. This kiddie pool right here is one of the, I believe it's 6-foot kiddie pools. And this is where I planted the corn and the dragon tongue bush beans. This is an on-deck variety of corn. So the corn does not get as tall, and it is a container variety. And the dragon tongue bush beans, I just really love how they look. I picked a bunch the other day. They are producing. Let's see if I can find some bigger beans to show you guys. Oh, here's a beautiful specimen down here. The dragon tongue bush beans are green, but they have this purple striping. I've seen ones that the whole side is purple. I picked one of those the other day. And there are just so many more. Whoa, a bunch. You really have to stay on top of picking them, but that's okay. I love harvesting beans. So this kiddie pool is corn and beans. And going over to this side, I did have, what was it? I think it was ground cherries. I'm gonna have to re-sow those again. They just aren't coming up, and I think I know it's me. I don't think it's the seeds, it's me. Another bush champion cucumber. Another bush champion cucumber. I'm trying to space out my cucumbers a little bit. And those are doing really well. Haven't set any flowers yet, but they're coming along nicely. Moving over here, I did have 4 squash plants over here, and then squash, zucchini, a mixture of the both. Chickens got in and ate them. Well, pulled them out, and then, yeah, so they're replanted. I just need to, they just need to come up. I'm pretty sure it's squash and zucchini, the early prolific and the Black Beauty, I think. And that's the same that's the same with the varieties over on the arch trellises. Forgot to mention that. These are carrots, which these are coming along nicely. Let's see if I can thin out anything and show you guys. And I grow my carrots in buckets because I just don't have the in-ground space right now, and I would much rather have a carrot harvest without something else getting into them, and this really keeps out pests and all of those unwanted little things from getting to your carrots. There's one, you can kind of see it poking out down there. But yeah, these guys should be ready soon. I'll probably start picking some of the smaller ones and putting them in things, and then leave some of the bigger ones. And then I think I'm going to do some pelletized carrot seeds. I'm going to have a whole thing on, like, once I'm finished growing each thing, I'm going to have a whole video explaining what I would do, what happened, stuff like that. Moving over here, these are some blueberries. I did plant those whatever. I really cannot remember that, but they're putting out new growth. They used to be sunburnt. You can still kind of see the damage of that on a few of them, but they're really recovering nicely, as I've said. These cucumbers are a pickling variety from my cousin Kim. So yeah, some cucumbers are starting to form on these. Kim lives in Georgia, so these came from ones that have come back from plants in Georgia. So that was really nice. So thank you so much, Kim. And they are starting to produce, so I'll tell you what I think about them when they start, or when I'm able to pick them. Going back down this way, past the squash and the cucumbers, we have a potato bed. I have a potato experiment going in here. They didn't flower. I don't know if anybody else's potatoes didn't flower. These just didn't flower. They're not starting to die yet. I mean, like, they are. I'm a yawning person today. Jeez, I'm sorry, y'all. They didn't flower, but I think one or two flowered. Like, there was literally one or two blooms on the entire thing, and then it just didn't. So I don't know if it got too hot or what, but I'm very not patient. Horrible grammar there, but I'm not very patient when it comes to waiting for things like this. So we shall see what actually happens with that. Coming off to this side, we have another bed of zinnias. These guys, yeah, need some work. Not as full as the other one, so I'll probably come back through and replant different areas. Mainly down here. I don't know what this is. Add some more soil and stuff like that and replant. But yeah, just some more blooms, some more blooms. And there's another one like the one over there. Not the exact same, but it's starting out as the orange or peach color, and then it fades into the purple the more that you go into the center. Some pink. And we do have a little orange guy over here. We have some potatoes in buckets, which those are part of the experiment with the ones in the pool. I started the same number of potatoes in a pool as I did in different buckets and in a tote that I'm going to show you guys in a minute. And yeah, those are doing really good, actually. Again, not many flowers, only like, I think in total I got like maybe 8 flowers. And I'm not talking about like a cluster, I'm talking like 8 flowers. I'm sorry for yawning again. I'm talking about like 8 flowers in total, and that was, yeah, not good because I planted over 30 potatoes, so we'll just see. But there's 3 right here, and then moving up, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more, so yeah, we'll just see. I'm still expecting good things though, so I don't know. And on the other side of this, we have a zinnia that is opened recently, some loofahs that are really starting to climb. I'll show you guys those in a second. Some nasturtiums, 2 different plants. Only this one has flowers. A sunflower that was in the middle of my bed, or in the middle of my walkway, that I transplanted over here just to add some height. But yeah, the loofahs are doing really well. You can start to see little baby loofahs coming in. So yeah, that project is underway as well. Moving from this bed to the right, there are 3, maybe 4 tromboncino squash plants, and then there are some nasturtiums down at the bottom as well. I was talking about the improper pollination, and you can really see that on these guys. So I'm probably going to hand pollinate because I want more, but I don't know. It's a process. I'm going to film a whole short on it later, but this is one that had a flower and it died. Just is turning yellow and not doing what it's supposed to do. Oh, no, 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 no. Sorry, I just saw those, and those are squash bug eggs. Okay, so this is coming with me. Let me go get my cutters. I really hope those aren't squash bugs. I'm gonna go through and just check all of my plants. I'm gonna put you guys down actually in a second, and then I'm gonna check on my plants, looking for looking for eggs or anything like that, because if you can stop it during this stage, you have hope. So I'm gonna do that, and we'll just see. So give me 1 minute to come back to you guys. I'm going to cut these off and something, I don't even know what. Okay, so I'm not seeing any more on the tromboncinos. We are gonna go back to the tromboncinos. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna come over here and look at these. I'm just checking the undersides of the leaves. That's where they'll commonly lay eggs. So I'm hoping that it was just something from a neighbor's yard that came over and laid an egg, and that I'm not going to start having an infestation of squash bugs, because I'd like to be able to harvest some. This is the way of life, like I said, but it still sucks because this was a good year for squash. So we'll see. I'll keep an eye on it, maybe do some videos. But yeah, if you can nip it in the bud while they're little, if you don't see any adults and you just see some eggs, you can take care of it. So yeah, I'll just keep an eye on them and just check every little bit. But yeah, those are going to be disposed of very shortly. So back to the tromboncinos. This is a one that did not get pollinated. So that sucks. I think this is probably another one, unless the flower hasn't opened. But yeah, doesn't look like it's been pollinated. And then moving over, this is one that has. Of course, it's a little bigger, but it's been pollinated. So yeah, just you need to keep an eye on that. And then yeah, same thing, male flower. Let me find a female. This is probably a good example of a female flower. But yeah, already been pollinated, the flower falls off. This one on the back is another example of improper pollination. It is yellow and not good. And then this one up here is an example of good pollination. So it's really all over the place, which isn't a bad thing, but you definitely want things to be pollinated properly. So yeah, I will be keeping an eye out for these squash bugs, because I know squash bugs are not something you want to have. They can be a real pain in the butt. So I'm gonna do what I can to keep any population under control. So I'm going to actually move these somewhere. I'm going to get a lighter from inside and really take care of these. And we're just going to burn this. Burn it, burn it, burn it. Do not need those hatching. So, yeah. Drama over. Let's continue on our garden tour. So over here we have cabbages. I've already cleaned out a few cabbages. I'll have some pictures on my Instagram that you can see or in a blog post. Cabbages were getting a good size, and there's already a few more that are starting. They have been damaged by what I believe to be the I cannot remember the name, the pest for these guys, and they'll just eat the leaves and stuff. You still have cabbage. These are really messing with the outside leaves, so nothing really, but yeah, some of these are getting good to go again. And then after everything's out of here, I will be planting corn. Then we have some flowers that I planted just to fill the time in between. And then I also have some white Paris lettuce. These are Brunswick cabbages. I have some candy cane zinnias in here. I believe this is a white wedding. I'm not 100% sure. And yeah, some candy canes. Different looks. That's the first flower that opened here. Then we have my strawberry bed. And then I have cantaloupe. I think it's Heart of Gold in here. And yeah, those are putting out more strawberries. They're an ever-bearing variety, not a June-bearing. I'm putting out tons of runners for more strawberries. I'm really looking forward to that. Over here is my corn bed. I had chickens get in and completely decimate it when they were younger, or when the corn was younger. So I debated tearing it all out, but I think there's enough that it can still do whatever. It just won't be a good corn year for this bed, and that is okay. I just, yeah, really need to continue monitoring it closely, and I'll be doing overviews and stuff like that later on. This bed, the corn should be fine. The chickens are staying in to a point, but yeah, just some different things in here. Then over here we have some potatoes. These are ones that I pulled out of my bed that were just growing. Actually, this one was one that was in here growing, but this is one that was in my bed. Again, this is what happened to most of them. I think this one sent out one flower, and then everything else just fell off like that. It was really weird. And then this one, I think it's about ready to be harvested. They're struggling greatly. It's just been too hot. We have days consistently in the high 80s into the 90s, and then I think we're going to have 2 days later this week, and they're going to be in the hundreds. And yeah, so deep watering, I have a video coming out on that as well, but deep watering is definitely going to be my friend here. Now for my tomato beds, the tomatoes are all over the place. All over the place, if you did not hear that. But yeah, so we will be watching these guys closely. Sorry, I'm trying to do that. Some of them haven't. A bunch of seeds are not growing for me this year, and it sucks. So we shall see. But we have a bunch that are doing well, and I did take some propagations from them, from the suckers. That is. So let's get into this. But before that, let's go over this. I have some plants that I got from my cousin Kim. This is either ginger or turmeric. I cannot remember which one it is right now. I used to remember and then I forgot. And then over here, same thing, ginger or turmeric. And yeah, growing nicely. So thank you, Kim. Then over here, the tomato beds aren't... There's a bunch of empty space, but I'm taking the suckers and we're going to propagate them from that. We're not going to have as many tomatoes as I thought I was going to have with different varieties. That's okay. This year's been a learning curve for sure with all of that. But we do have some blossoms on that guy. We have some on this one, and we have some over on that one as well. If it will focus, it's not going to. I have some on the one in the back. But we have, those are Sun Gold. I believe that's Cherry Baby. I think this is Midnight Snack, Black Cherry. I think this one's Too Tasty, but it might be an Italian Ice. One of the only ones to come up of that, but I think it's a Too Tasty. Moving over here, we have Yellow Pears. These guys they're phenomenal, as always. Then we have some Black Creme, those two, and then we have two Better Boy. And then we have a mystery plant back there, which I'll just keep letting it grow and then harvest what I can from it. I'll probably come out here and prune later on, but we'll see. I might start staking it. And then I did plant some basil. That is a basil down there. And then I think that one was a Sweet Italian, the one over there. And these are some dark opal basils as well. And then if we come down here, we have a few more of the dark opal basil. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm gonna do some basil teas and stuff like that. So yeah, but yeah, these tomatoes are looking. Sorry, I'm trying to get this one up a little bit because I want tomatoes. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a year full of a lot of different. Well, I thought this was going to be a year full of a bunch of different tomato varieties, and it's okay that it's not. We're just going to stick with the tried and trues, and we'll see. Well, some of these are new. Black Creme and Black Cherry, those are new. We'll just see. I'm going to be saving a bunch of seeds from them, so we'll really see what is going on later. So, I think that concludes this garden tour. A lot of turns, a lot of happy things, and then finding those squash bugs really threw me for a loop. I searched everything. Every leaf, everything. So, I am going to sit here and squash these eggs. Squish these eggs, whatever. And then I'm going to burn them because I want to. So, if you guys have any recommendations for any videos that you want to see, or if you have anything you want to see more of, yeah, just let me know and I will be more than happy to make content on it. I just need to know. Oh, this is full of pollen. Okay, we're not going to let this pollen go to waste. You're going to come with me because I feel like this is a good learning moment and maybe I can put this into a different video. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm not going to let any... Well, I don't remember even what I was saying. We will see what's happening. I don't think there's anything open. No, there's nothing open. Never mind. No Tromboncino open, but it's full of pollen. So if I had a bunch of flowers, I could go through and pollen. Probably 5 or 6. Maybe not that many, but we could at least pollinate 2 or 3. And hand pollinating is not bad. But, so yeah, I'm going to go through and I'm going to kill all these eggs and stuff. But, oh, as I was saying with the videos, if you have any videos that you want me to make, or you want to see more of anything, stuff like that, just comment what you want to see, and I will be more than happy to go or film videos on it. Will say that I have videos on pruning, tomato sucker propagation, and stuff like that. So it is yeah, a lot of stuff like that. I'm sorry, this is all over the place. Yeah, stuff like that. I'll be doing overviews and stuff on different gardening spaces. I need to film a garden tour for something else. But that is not a project for right now. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I was not expecting a video to be this long. But it is. So yeah, tomatoes are going to be coming in soon, which I'm so happy about. I smell like tomatoes now. The smell of a tomato plant. I'm sorry for yawning. The smell of a tomato plant just. It is the best smell in the entire world. And I stand by that. So if you don't like tomatoes, that's okay. I love them. I will love them enough for both of us. So, sorry. This was weird end part, and I'm going to end up cutting out a bunch. So, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys again very, very shortly. I've upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of every single week. At least we'll have the content. So, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys in another one. Bye, y'all.